So Apple launched their 16-inch MacBook Pro, and it's not priced any differently. It just replaced their 15-inch laptop, and it's bigger and better in a lot of different ways. Number one, it has a bigger display. It has a 100-watt battery, which is bigger. It has more RAM and storage capacities. It has a better keyboard and better speakers. It now has an escape button and a distinct Touch ID button. It's not like revolutionary, but it is a better laptop, and I'm sure a lot of you in the audience are looking to upgrade to this laptop because the differences are at least somewhat noticeable. So an upgrade is warranted from whatever older MacBook or laptop that you're using that isn't quite suiting your needs anymore. But with that said, many of you may be wondering which configuration you should get. Should you buy the pre-configured? Should you buy the baseline? Should you buy a custom built? And in this video, I want to give you the configuration that I think is the best value. It's the one that I'm going to go with. And of course, disclaimer, adjust what I'm going to say to your needs and your budget. I'm not going to say this is the perfect end-all be-all configuration for everyone, but in my opinion, I think it's the best value for, creative professionals and anybody who needs a lot of power in terms of CPU and GPU and RAM and a decent amount of storage for the work that they're doing. But before we continue here, I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, as the algorithm likes that, and will help push my content to more people. So here we have the Apple Store pulled up on my iPhone. I'm going to click buy on the MacBook Pro, obviously not right now. And we're going to click 16-inch. And right off the bat, I got to say, if your budget can only get you the baseline MacBook Pro 15-inch, it's still a great laptop. The Core i7, a 6-core for that matter, is still a really powerful processor. So, of course, look at performance tests, see what you're doing, and see if that will warrant a more powerful i9 or more cores or more RAM. But in this video, once again, I just want to give you the best overall value MacBook Pro. So we're going to go with the more expensive version. And if you're making money doing what you're doing, whether it be creative work or video editing or photo editing or whatever you do, this will pay for itself, so don't worry. The components in here will just make your workflow easier. So let's select the higher end model here. So first up, you're faced with a processor choice. I would leave it just the way it is. The increased clock speed with the better processor isn't worth an additional $200. I've seen tests done with the last gen, which did have similar Core i9 processors, and the difference really wasn't that substantial. Moving on to memory here, if you're doing pro tasks, 16 gigabytes will get you by, but I definitely recommend upgrading to 32 gigabytes because when you're video editing or rendering or having a lot of layers in Photoshop or really any pro app where you're working with a lot of media, having extra RAM is really great. And if you're going to keep this for a couple of years, programs are going to get more intensive, file sizes are going to get bigger, and you're going to need more horsepower. So it gives you some headroom, and it's just super nice to have all this RAM. I have a 40 gigabyte iMac 5K, and it's just perfect for video editing and video rendering in my experience. Moving on to GPU, I would definitely upgrade to the 8 gig version of the Radeon Pro 5500M. It doesn't hurt to have more VRAM, and if it's $100 more, you might as well. Having more VRAM is great for video editing at 4K and higher resolutions, and once again, doing any tasks that involve GPU acceleration. You'll definitely thank yourself when, once again, things get more intensive down the line, and you need to take advantage of more VRAM. And of course, as we know, all these components are soldered in. You can't replace it down the line, so adding more now is definitely better than not having enough later. And last up with storage, having a 1TB SSD is more than enough, I would say, for most people. Obviously, if you're on the go and you don't want to have a bunch of, hanging dongles and drives off your laptop, then, pick 2 terabytes or pick 4 terabytes. You know who you are if you need more storage. But I would say for most people, if you're sort of sedentary and sort of on the go and you need more storage, work externally. I have a Samsung T5 SSD that I use with my desktop, and it's really nice. I got 2 terabytes for $230-ish, not $400. So you're getting more value with external SSDs anyway, and those are, modular. You can remove them, and with time, they will grow in capacity and lower in price. So I would say it's more economical to go with the 1TB SSD. You can have a bunch of room for your applications and even some video files on there. And if you need more storage, go external. It's better anyway, and it's cheaper in the long run. So this comes to around $3,300, and if you're doing the education pricing, you can get it for around $3,049, which is what I would do. And I would really benefit from this setup right here as a mobile workstation, because for college, I might be on the road a little bit more as of next year, and having this power on the go is just going to be really convenient for the work that I do. Obviously, this isn't the end-all, be-all, best value MacBook Pro. Add or subtract components to your liking. You know what's best for you, but I think this configuration really does offer the best in power and will get you through the next couple of years for a lot of different types of creative work or intensive work that you might do. And that about wraps things up. I hope this video helped you out. Expect some MacBook Pro 16-inch content coming in December. We'll see if that's in my budget. I'm excited about this laptop, and it might replace the 13-inch MacBook Pro that I'm using right now, so we'll see what happens. I'd really appreciate appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.